JuJu Watkins taking women's basketball by storm. All kinds of celebrities at the game. I think UCLA is either ranked 2 or 3, and I think UCLA is ranked 3, and maybe USC was ranked number 4 in the country. JuJu and the USC win in a blowout or relatively comfortably. They're going to win the Big Ten. I think Jaden Daniels was at the game. Myles Garrett was at the game. Leslie Jones at the game. John Legend at the game. Cheryl Miller, Reggie Miller, Candace Parker, J.J. Redick, Jason Sudeikis, Steve Kim. How are you not in the house last night for this incredible moment? And on a more serious note, I'm telling you, JuJu's on track to be nearly as big a deal as Caitlin Clark. We're going to actually have a Larry Bird, Magic Johnson situation in women's basketball.
Jeez. Oh,
what?
Geez. We're starting off with the. Now, first of all, wasn't the game on a Saturday?
Yeah,
right?
I'm saying it last night. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so because I'll tell you how I know why. And the reason why I wasn't at Pauley Pavilion, the basketball dojo of Westwood, is I was watching the fight, the pay-per-view fight. And for all those celebrities, they missed a good main event from the Barclays Center. Okay, and so I'm at Coach JB's house. We're watching it. We actually did a post-fight stream. He, on one of his TV screens, he switched over, and I didn't watch, but I glanced at the screen, and the Lady Trojans, okay, I'm just being honest here, the Lady Trojans were stomping on the Lady Bruins, and I said to myself, we're going to talk about this Monday on Fearless. I just know it. I just know it, and it came true. Now, okay, I guess
look at that crowd. Look at that crowd, Steve. Look at that crowd. Oh, put the crowd back up. It was incredible.
Well, no, that's not a B-roll shot. That's not a B-roll shot of the Ed O'Bannon years. Really? Huh.
No.
I'm stunned. I am stunned.
Go ahead.
I did have an excuse. I have to, by trade, or one of my jobs, is still to watch professional prize fighting. Now, with that being said, for the LA metropolitan area, putting aside that it's a rivalry, to get that type of crowd, I will give the ladies and JuJu Watkins credit. The crowd is what it is. Tip of the cap.
So, Steve, let me ask you, are you starting to see what I'm seeing in terms of JuJu's going to be a big deal? And she's just a sophomore. This team has a chance to make it to the Final Four. Look at this young lady. And I'm not saying this in any sort of sexual way. It's just a child. But that's an attractive young lady, easy to look at on the basketball court. She's not all tatted up. She looks feminine. Same deal as Caitlin Clark. This JuJu versus Caitlin thing has a lot of potential, Steve. You got to see that.
I think, okay.
And I'm gonna be honest. I see where Jason's coming from. I also see where Kim is coming from. I mean, when you look at the crowd, that's great for women's basketball. But when we're talking about big crowd, it's not there yet. But that's a huge crowd for women's basketball. Yes, it is. But it's also a rivalry game. It doesn't matter what UCLA versus USC game, doesn't matter. Football, baseball, it's going to be a packed crowd. So it's not it doesn't matter. And then having all those people there, like I said, it's a rivalry game. Any USC, I'm in LA. I've been to USC. I've been to the games. It doesn't get like that. Any USC UCLA game, this is what you're going to see. It doesn't matter. If it's at the Rose Bowl, where it's at, it's going to be packed, just like that. Tailgates, all that stuff. Now, I agree with what Jason is saying when it's going to be, this will be probably the close, like JuJu, putting JuJu in that conversation, where it's like, okay, we have something to talk about when it comes to Caitlin Clark versus JuJu, like a real rivalry, because the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, that's not going to work. That's pretty much what Jason is saying. Like, this will be closest to it. Like, we can actually talk some basketball. JuJu, Caitlin, no tattoos, no thuggish. That's what Jason is pretty much saying. And I agree with that part. Like, if we're talking about who's next up for, like, trying to compare them to Caitlin Clark or whatever the case is, or trying to figure out how we're going to get some type of controversy out, this would be the next thing up for sure. Juju's next up when it comes to that. You know, we could talk about other players and things like that. Yes, there's other players in NCAA who are balling right now. Yes. But now, as far as impact and all of that stuff, don't ever try to compare that right now with Cece. She's on a whole different level of all of that. Respectfully. Now, we're talking basketball, and we could put some conversations together. Yes, of course, 100%. So, let's continue. I agree with that.
Okay. I still live in LA, for better or worse. Now, is there great buzz over this, Jason? This is not a knock at you. I believe that you have more excitement and you're doing more to hype this up than any media member in LA. When I drive around the city and I still have a radio that I listen to, it's either 570 AM or 710 ESPN. The last month, I have not heard anything. And when it comes to basketball buzz in our fine city of the City of Angels, I hate to say it as a Laker fan in recess, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, JJ Redick, they are dominating the local headlines. That's the truth, Jason. The Lakers are coming on. Look out for them.
Okay.
That's a huge point. And like I'm saying, I'm in LA. I hear nothing about JuJu as like you would think. If I were in Iowa and it's no Pacers. It is, but it's Caitlin Clark. You're going to hear about Caitlin Clark on a daily basis. Doesn't matter if she's on off season, regardless. Jason, I get where he's coming from. There's no spark like that. I'm telling you. You're not seeing people walking around with JuJu jerseys everywhere and shirts. People know of her, yes, but you're not going to see how you would see it in Iowa with Caitlin Clark. Like, I could go get tickets for any USC game right now. Any of them. Find parking, nothing, no problem. But I'm telling you, I go to different gyms every week for runs. Nobody's talking about JuJu. They're all talking, and I promise, girls in there, they're talking about Caitlin Clark. All the girls. All of the girls. There's no one really talking about JuJu. Is she good? Yes. But I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why she don't have no real fan base like that. And she does, but not like crazy. We talk about the Lakers over here, Luka, like Jason's right. I'm just being completely honest, man. So let's continue.
I disagree with that. But Steve, here's what I think our disconnect is my gift is seeing what's gonna happen. I think your gift is evaluating what happened. And that's where, again, I'm telling you, this thing is on track because college basketball doesn't have any momentum until March Madness. And I'm seeing the seeds being planted. And I'm seeing like, oh my God, this thing's going to develop quicker than I thought. I thought it would be next year before JuJu became a big deal. But if she takes this team to the Final Four, we're going to be right here at the 1st of April. And it's like, holy cow, look at this.
Whitlock Stradamus, if the Lady Trojans make a run to the Final Four, I will grant you this. There will be growing momentum, and it will be a story. But what I would like to see, and we got to see the data, that was a very large, sizable crowd on Saturday. What are the non-UCLA USC games doing for the Lady Trojans? That's what I want to...
What did I say earlier? What are I told you, USC, it's a UCLA game.
See, rivalry games, even in this city, still matter. Here's the difference, and you know this. Every game, no matter who it was against, for the Iowa Hawkeyes, it could be a Tuesday night against Rutgers. That thing would be a big story, to be the hottest ticket in Iowa City. Do you really think that's the case in LA for JuJu Watkins right now?
What did I just say?
Not yet.
Steve. Okay, what's
he's saying not yet. I'm telling you now. And I get it. Look, JuJu Watkins could peak. And I'm gonna end it right here. JuJu Watkins could literally peak, and I get it. I'm here for it. Bro, you don't think I cover women's sports? You don't think I want to go to USC games where it's jam packed out and network and do all and woo woo and watch JuJu play? Come on, bro. It's not what you guys think. There's moments, but there's a lot of growth to go. No disrespect, but if you really, really like JuJu and you really support, you guys got to pop out. You guys got to go to the games. You guys got to grow it on this end. This is the problem with the W already. If everybody had their own fan base, we wouldn't be losing $50 million a year. So I want JuJu to grow. I want there to be a fan base. I want there to be conversations. Trust me. I don't know why. She's a sophomore. I get it, but like, bro, nobody's. We'll see. We'll see. But there's a lot of growth to be done to even talk about Caitlin Clark and being on that level of this and that. Nah. Who's the biggest? Nah. JuJu's big. She's going to be huge. She's going to be a good player. Long way to go. Long way to go. So, shout out to JuJu. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to, forgot my boy's name right here. But, yep, I'm going to catch you on the next one. Let me know what you think. I'm out.